Okay, so the last time the Celtics were being led by an elite 6'8", 6'9" combo forward with elite offensive abilities and the ability to play on both ends of the floor, good things happened. Like, some seriously good things happened. And now the Boston Celtics have Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart, and Kemba Walker, and a ton of talented guys. I think it's safe to say the Celtics are back and they're going to be around for a while. However, and congrats to an incredible Miami team, a veteran team that I think made the Celtics show their youth a little bit, the Celtics didn't quite get the job done. So I think they're still a few steps away, a few small steps and tweaks away from real greatness. Obviously, just with guys like Tatum and Brown just getting better, just growing up in the league and becoming more mature in their games and in their mentalities, this team could just organically grow to that point anyway. But if I'm the Boston Celtics, I know that championship windows are never as long as they seem to be, so I'm going all in right now. I'm using assets, I'm upgrading wherever possible, and I'm going for the dub because this team is so close. So that is the whole point of today's video. We are pushing all the chips in, we're making some tweaks, and we are going all in for a championship in the 2021 season. That's it, let's hop into it. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm James, and today, if you've been following the videos, you already know what's going down. This is another one off-season rebuilding challenge where we have one off-season and one full season to make 5 realistic trades maximum to get this team to where it needs to be, which is a championship. Because this team is already tantalizingly close to reaching that goal. So yeah, obviously guys like Tatum, Brown, and Marcus Smart, who is the heart and soul of that team and who Celtics fans would crucify me for trading, those 3 guys are pretty much going to be untouchable. Outside of that, kind of anything goes. So when I think back on this Celtics playoff run, one of the things that's always going to spring to mind is probably the haunting image of Daniel Tice being ruthlessly and relentlessly bullied by Bam Adebayo. See, I think the Celtics need an upgrade at the big, honestly. I think Gordon Hayward, the Celtics have a lot of wing talent, all these injuries Gordon Hayward's been having. He feels like the optimal trade candidate to get that big, so there's something that's going to be going on there for sure. Then outside of that, it'll be tweaks around the fringes. I think they just need to get deeper, they need to upgrade the bench, they need a backup point guard whose name is not Brad Wanamaker. And then for a team that's in win now mode and looking for a championship, they are still sat on a lot of very young and inexperienced pieces like Romeo Langford, Carson Edwards, Grant Williams, a lot of these guys that have talent and could be really useful for rebuilding teams. If I was the Celtics, I'd probably try and cash in on them, get some win now veteran assets for that bench, and go all in for next season. So that's the plan. Let's go. Okay, so here we are in the off-season, and the first thing I want to show you guys is actually some of the sliders that I've gone for here. I actually upped the trade negotiation difficulty to 60. That's because I want this rebuild to be very realistic. I want it to be as realistic as possible. Even if it's not perfect, I want it to be stuff the Celtics might actually be doing this off-season, or it's at least feasible that they might do it. In terms of the draft, we actually have quite a few picks. We have our own pick at 30 because in the simulation that I did, they actually had the best record in the league. We have 26 from the Bucks and 17 for the Grizzlies. So right off the bat, I think we might try and package some of these picks. I think that's a realistic move to go all in and maybe try and get ourselves a really good big man. Okay, so trade number 1 is pretty bold. Rudy Gobert. I'm thinking it's not impossible. There was some beef between him and Donovan Mitchell. There was some tension with the Jazz. The Jazz might be looking to move in another direction anyway. They have struggled with that small forward / wing position. Gordon Hayward going home would be a fun storyline. Robert Williams could replace Gobert as a young center that's kind of like a diet Rudy Gobert in terms of his skill set. Romeo Langford's another piece of promising young talent. And 3 picks in this year's draft. I know it says 2021, but that's only because this game is messed up. That is 3 picks in the upcoming draft, 2 pieces of young talent, and the return of Gordon Hayward. I like it. And then we got Royce O'Neal for salary purposes. So let's see if this goes through. Rudy Gobert would be the perfect fit. And it does. That is ideal. Okay, we are getting places already. Okay, this roster's starting to look really good. We've got Kemba, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Rudy Gobert as our starting 5. A lot of bench pieces that we still might need to make some trades with. But for now, I think we're good to head into free agency. Obviously, we've got no rookies to sign except this guy. Yeah, goodbye. We don't need this dude. All right, let's get into free agency. Qualifying offers, we can probably let these guys go, except we've got to keep Taco, obviously. Okay, so moratorium period. Let's have a look what's going on. Have we got any guys that we need to re-sign? Semi Ojeleye, not really too interested in that. So let's just see maybe if we can pick up someone on the mid-level, maybe some sort of backup wing. I'll pick up Joe Harris just on a mid-level, and I think we'll probably call it a free agency there. Ooh, Kemba's getting old. He's regressing. He's regressing. I hate to say it, but Kemba may not be safe. He may not be safe. Okay, training camps. I think Jaylen Brown to untapped potential makes sense. I want to make sure he's an A+, which he is now. That is perfect. Then I might send perimeter shooting to someone like Marcus Smart, potentially. What's his three-pointer? It's kind of like It's an A-. I'll give him some more, though. And then for the third camp, I'll probably just send something like big man offense to Rudy Gobert, see if that makes him any more talented down there. Okay, so the rotation's looking pretty good at the moment. We've got Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Gobert. The bench is still a bit of a mess, so that'll probably be our next goal. Although that said, I would also not mind maybe trying to find a shooting guard that could start so that Marcus Smart could come off the bench, as I just kind of like what he brings off the bench. So yeah, I think I might look for a shooting guard for trade number 2. Okay, so another piece I think would fit really well on this team in terms of 3 and D would be Josh Richardson. I think he'd be really good coming off the bench. The Philadelphia 76ers have needed a really solid backup big for a long time, and I think this could be a good opportunity to move on from Tice, especially as we now have Gobert, and then Joe Harris can kind of slide into Josh Richardson's wing position. A couple of seconds in there as well. I think this is semi-realistic for Philly, so yeah, let's see if we can get this done. I think he'd be a great addition to the squad. Bang. Okay, so that's trade number 2 made. We've now got that depth there. I think I'll probably still start Marcus Smart. We'll figure that one out. Other than that, you know, this team's starting to look really good right now. Okay, so after those first 2 trades, we've got a rotation of Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Gobert. That's an awesome starting 5. I think Richardson will be a solid 6th man. Kanter as a backup big / center power forward, whatever he wants to play. He'll be pretty useful, I think. At least he's a veteran. Carson Edwards, I think, is the next one we're going to want to sort out, because we want a veteran backup point guard in there. Same with Williams. So I think it's these 2 guys that we need to address. We really just need a backup wing and a backup point guard, 2 solid veterans, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so I feel like I signed Derrick Rose all the time, but if you think about what's really available to the Celtics at the moment, Derrick Rose is a really good fit. He's only paid $7 million a year. He's got 1 year left on that deal. Detroit, honestly, they are in a rebuild. They do not need a savvy veteran like Rose, a young piece like Edwards to develop, an unprotected first, and Royce O'Neal for salary purposes. I think that'd be a great trade for Detroit and a great trade for Boston. So let's make it happen. Bang. Bang. Okay, this team's looking fantastic. All right, I think now we just want to address the backup wing situation. I think for that we might have to involve Williams, maybe... I'm not trading tackle. Maybe Williams and Poirier. We'll stick in a trade for some sort of backup wing. Then we're going to be basically there. Okay, so we needed a backup forward, actually. That was better than Grant Williams, and I thought... Kyle Kuzma. He's not exactly performed incredibly for the Lakers. I think they'd like a veteran like Jeff Green. Funnily enough, Kyle Kuzma's pretty much compared to Jeff Green. It kind of feels like he's Jeff Green 2.0. Sorry if that's offensive to Lakers fans. But Grant Williams is a good, young, talented piece that they could build and work into their rotation. Jeff Green's a solid veteran for the Lakers, and they're giving him a ton of draft capital. So I think this is easily a fair trade, and I think this helps us out as well. So we'll pull the trigger on that. Perfect. Okay, so that's 4 trades done, and as of right now, our rotation is looking something like this. We've still got our killer starting 5. We've got Richardson, Rose, Kanter, and then we will have Kuzma off the bench. So honestly, the squad's looking pretty good. I've got 1 trade left, and I'm thinking something wild. So I'll let you know if I find what I'm looking for. Okay, so I basically just threw Kanter, Vincent Poirier, Damari Carroll into the trade finder. Chris Boucher, I think that's a slightly better asset than Kanter. I think he brings more on the defensive end. He stretches the floor more. I like it. I like it. That's going to complete our team. I really like that trade. And he's on the Bucks now, so I think Kanter would be a good veteran piece for them too. Works for both sides. Let's do that. That's perfect. Okay, so 5 realistic trades later, and here is the team that we have put together. We kept Kemba in the end. I think he's still going to be a really valuable leader on this team. Smart, Brown, Tatum, and the huge addition of Rudy Gobert at the center spot. And the bench is a completely different beast. We've got Rose, Richardson, Chris Boucher as a defensive big who can stretch the floor, and Kuzma is the final guy in our rotation. So a way deeper team. I'm expecting big things. Now, in terms of system proficiency, we've gone for a 4-star balanced system with Brad Stevens. It's looking pretty good. And in coach game plan wise, we've got Tatum as the #1 scoring option, followed by Brown. So I really want Brown to be the second guy on this team. And then Kemba Walker. I'm expecting big things. I'm going to estimate a 62-20 record and some serious championship contention. Let's go. Oh man, I started simulating and we don't have enough players on the roster, so we have to bring a Celtics legend. Nah, not this guy, Larry Bird. A real Celtics legend back to the roster. Brad, hop on board, my guy. Championship sorted. That is it. Hey, I'm Brad Wanamaker, and I'm the most boring player on earth to watch play basketball. Some people say I'm solid, steady, and have a rock-solid pair of hands. In reality, I'm just not that good and not that impactful. Okay, this is definitely one of my favorite squads I've ever built. I said it was going to be 62-20. I was pretty much bang on. 61-21 for this season. Some random no-name scrub called Luke Doncic won the MVP. Interesting. Good for him. LaMelo Ball, Anthony Davis DPOY, and Ja Morant with 30 and 8.5. Fair play, Ja. Fair play. The Luke Doncic guy, first team, Trae Young, LeBron James, Giannis. Okay, where's Jason Tatum? I expect at least Jason Tatum to be on one of these teams. All-NBA second team. Nobody there. And Jason Tatum made a third team. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And then Rudy Gobert on all defensive second team. Okay, solid. In the playoffs, we were up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, that'll be an easy first round. Let's have a look at the player stats, see who did what. Wow. Wow, 29-7, 29-8 actually for Tatum. 2 assists, but we don't really need him passing the ball. Super efficient. Jaylen Brown also amazing with 22, 6 and 2. Kemba Walker still really, really valuable as a third option. 19 and 5, again pretty damn efficient. Rudy Gobert, I mean that is exactly what we need. 14 rebounds a game, 2 blocks, you know, rim protection that Daniel Tyson and these other guys couldn't offer. I'm really happy with that, and you can't complain about 61% from the field either. Derrick Rose really solid off the bench, doing a lot more than Brad Wanamaker would have done. Marcus Smart, you know, he's not the best shooter in the world, but that is pretty solid. Richardson and Boucher, who wasn't terrible, and then Kuzma 5.6 on efficient shooting. I will definitely take it. Team stats wise, we were actually the second best offense in the league behind the Luka fella, and then defensively we were the second best as well, with the, I assume, best differential in the league. Yes, we did have the best differential in the league. That is perfect. Okay, round 1. I'm just going to sweep this team. Like, get out of the way. I'm not even worried. I'm not checking their squad. I'm disrespecting them. It's only going to end one way. There we go. Okay, Atlanta, we may have to start respecting a little bit because Trae Young is an absolute monster in this game. So let's see what they can do here. They picked up Oladipo. That's a nice pickup. Yeah, they're going to be good. They're going to be good. Let me have a think about this team. Yeah, Jaylen Brown on Trae Young. We don't want Kemba guarding him. Everything else I'm pretty much cool with. In fact, Tatum, let's just make sure Tatum's on John Collins because he's a good offensive weapon and Tatum's a really good defender. I'm happy with that. That's perfect. All right, let's get into this. Hopefully we can get past them. They are a very good team in 2K. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. 1 win, 2 win. Oh, this is looking good. This is beautiful. I've built a God squad. I told you, this is one of my favorite teams I've ever built. I really do believe the trades are realistic, and I kind of love the way the team looks. Philadelphia, this is going to be a big challenge here. Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, Daniel Tyson, and Embiid. They've kind of got weaker, actually, with Horford off the bench and Matisse. Yeah, okay, they're definitely weaker than they used to be. They're still a team to respect, that's for sure. Yeah, Tatum on Simmons, that is the only way to do it. I am not having Kemba anywhere near him. Tobias Harris will probably have guarded by, I guess, Jaylen Brown. And then Embiid, we definitely want to make sure Gobert is on him at all times. Perfect. Okay. And then minutes-wise, I think I will bump some minutes up for this game as well, just to get our guys playing a little bit more. I'm actually happy with Derrick Rose still getting some minutes. Maybe we'll bump down Chris Boucher by 3, give 2 more to Gobert, 1 more to Tatum, and then we'll bump down... Actually, we'll bump another one off of Boucher, and we'll give that to Tatum as well to get him to 40 a game. Other than that, I think we should be good. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, let's go. 1-0 down, 2-0 down. Oh my God, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? This is mad. Let's go. Bring it back. Bring it back. Where was this? Where was this? That's an easy dub, I think. All right, there we go. 2-1. I'll go with Simcast again. Maybe that'll bring us some good luck. Come on, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Keep going, keep going. Come on, strong third. Let's go. Bring it back. 9-point game. 3-point game. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can still do this. 2-point game. Oh my God, it's a 1-point game with 14 seconds left. I'm not jumping in. I want to see if they can do it themselves. And they failed. I probably should have jumped in. All right, let's see what goes on. I'm just going to simulate rounds, see what happens. 3-2. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That is huge. What a comeback. And we've set up an iconic Celtics-Lakers finals. Wow. Okay, I'm liking how this is working out. Whew. All right, I need to take a breath. That was wild. All right, Lakers. I mean, it's just LeBron and AD. It's LeBron, AD, and a bunch of role players. So, yeah, let's figure this one out. Okay, I think Jaylen Brown and LeBron James makes sense. And then for AD, I'm kind of torn between Tatum, who has a lot more foot speed, and Gobert, who has a lot more rim protection. I think I want Gobert on him just to compete rebound-wise. Yeah, I think that's going to work. All right, let's get this win. It's beautiful that's the Celtics-Lakers finals. It's pretty iconic. It's the kind of thing that my boy Larry Bird would definitely approve of. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Oh, we're going to sweep the Lakers. No, okay, no. Yes! Let's go. Easy win in 5. Jason Tatum is the finals MVP, 31.8, 7.4 rebounds. Let's have a look who did well in the closeout game. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, proving that they are the superstars that can lead this team to victory. Yeah, the big 3 kind of all performed. Everybody did their job. That is beautiful. I mean, this is a great team from top to bottom. That starting 5 is killer. The bench is incredible, and this feels doable for the Celtics. I mean, they'd have to be aggressive with their draft capital, really go all in, but this team feels doable. This feels achievable. Okay, that was definitely my favorite one-season rebuild challenge so far. There's something kind of poetic about being sat here in a Larry Bird shirt, building a God squad and taking down the Lakers. It just feels kind of right. And yeah, I think this also proves that this Celtics squad is really, really not far away, and there are some very realistic moves that can be made to turn this into a truly dominant squad. And other than that, as always, likes really help the channel grow. So if you like this squad, if you like this rebuild, please drop a like. Please subscribe if you're new. And until the next one, goodbye.